A little bit of Friday pandemic session. I think it's day 3,412. Who knows? I don't even know it's a Friday. Somebody told me. I'm going to mix it up today. Play some tunes on fife. Whistle, maybe. And even flute. So stay tuned for the mix for this Friday, June the 26th. First tune, a couple of years back. Geez, I almost forget how long ago it was. I started taking whistle lessons, and the teacher, Bill Ox, who has since passed on, great loss to music, said to me, you should try and play flute. You might have fun with that. And you see, your whistling was like, yeah, I was going to get anything more out of that. So I had a whistle. A flute. It was a Howard flute. And over a few months or so, we talked about upgrading the flute to something that was tunable. So I ended up with this Forbes flute. It's made of Delrin, so it doesn't have the wood issues. I might have sacrificed a little tone for some peace of mind, I don't know, but it has a tuning joint, which is really what was all about, is what we were all about. So I kind of messed with it with Bill and myself. Lessons, we had a lot of fun, talked a lot about the history of tunes. Bill was a great musicologist. He studied the history of the artwork and the origins of tunes and players and things. It's pretty cool. He was writing a book before he died about a great Irish whistler, penny whistler. But I used to go to his place, his studio on 10th Avenue and 46th Street there in Hell's Kitchen. Sit for 45 minutes or so every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock or something like that. I don't know. It just seemed like so long ago. I always went in there with a twisted attitude and came out straightened out. Because it was the end of a work day and all this other shit. But sitting for 45 minutes or so with Bill playing music and talking about tunes and stuff kind of set me right. So this tune is for Bill. I haven't been playing my flute as much as I should. And Bill, forgive me. But it's a tune I've heard for years, and I had to sing it when I was with the Glee Club of the Friendly Sons of St. Patrick. So it's a great tune. So it's called The Fields of Athenry. Hope it wasn't too much like a fife. He always complained that I played flute too much like a fife sometimes. Couldn't help it. Next tune, waltz on whistle, Burke whistle. She begs, she more. Small fairy mound, large fairy mound. Heard the tune as a young man by Planksty being played on alien pipes, and it's been in my head ever since. So here's a version. There's the clock in the steeple. It's 11:30. penny whistle, church clock bell accompaniment. One more on the whistle. I played it on fife already, but it's a good tune. Years ago, roaming the countryside as a itinerant fifer, we used to go listen to a band called the Woods Tea Company, and it was a trio, for a while anyway, from Vermont that sang and played Irish traditional music and sea shanties, because Vermont. Anyway, for the longest time, they had a couple of personnel switches, but for the longest time, one of their lead guys was a fellow named Rusty Jacobs. He had red hair, go figure, Rusty. Rusty played guitar, he sang, and he played whistle. And I was, focused on like, okay, Rusty, play a tune. It was always great to hear him bang out a tune. And a lot of times he played fife and drum music, or should I say, a lot of times fife and drum music is whistle music. I don't know, but every time I had a chance to, I used to talk to him about the music he played. We had a lot of fun. Rusty passed away of a heart attack a number of years back, sadly. Eventually, the Woods Tea Company had a huge in terms of membership turnover. I think they're finally stuck a fork in it, but you can still find their music on Spotify and other sites. The Woods Tea Company, the earlier the better. Some great songs. So one of the tunes that Rusty used to play was the Oyster River Hornpipe on whistle. I have played it on fife for a number of years, but it was a lot of fun to learn it on whistle. So we're going to hot dog it a little bit and play the Oyster River Hornpipe. See if you remember from earlier recordings. So that one's for Rusty. Okay, we'll round up this set of music today. So we played one on flute, two on whistle. We'll do some on fife, one or two. I was going through the tune book back to my old marching band, ancient fife and drum corps days, and I decided to give them a little more stuff. So this tune is something I remember playing a lot. The funny thing is I learned it as a kid in elementary school in music class. We used to sing it. And then I joined the fife and drum corps that played it almost always. The first tune we walked off at every parade was this one, which is kind of funny, or in the first set anyway. And then one year I was marching with an organization for a Flag Day parade in Lower Manhattan, and I played this tune, and everybody in the organization was like, oh my God, that's the tune. And they'd never heard it played on fife. They were amazed to hear it. Apparently it had been around a while. So the tune is called Polly Wolly Doodle. Let's see. Polly Wolly Doodle, we used to sing A music class in elementary school was in a room with a lady on the piano, books handed out to you, and she'd play the books, and we'd sing the songs, and that was what we did every once a week for music, which was fine because we weren't going to, otherwise we wouldn't do anything else. And Polly Wolly Doodle, long time ago, old tune. Oh, I went down south for to see my Sal, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day. Oh, my Sal, she is some spunky gal, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day. Fare thee well, fare thee well, fare thee well, my fairy fay. For I'm going to Louisiana to see my Susiana, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day. So that was the song. The tune comes from, it's an old tune, sometimes credited to Daniel Emmett, but it's no way for known for sure. It was in a Little House on the Prairie, a couple other things. So it's in that tradition. And here it is on fife. Polly Wolly Doodle. Last tune for today, another old favorite of mine. It's called Stillman's Reel. It's a 2/4. I don't know where it's from, how old it is. It's just one of those tunes that we used to play a lot. So here goes. Stillman's Reel. I'll start wearing earplugs because fife is loud. Stay safe, wear a mask, wash your hands, and listen to music.